is Eric. I'm going to show you how to disassemble and reassemble an M4 version 2 gearbox. You're going to need 4 things. You need a small screwdriver, you need a flathead, and another small screwdriver. You're also going to need a tray to collect your extra parts in, like screws and switches and stuff like that. So first you're going to start by taking out the screws in the gearbox. You're going to start from front to back. You want to take out these, and these. You want to go from back or from front to back. Once you've done this, you want to take your small screw and your flathead. You're going to take this, and you're going to put it inside of the spring guide. You're going to take your flathead, and you're either going to put it right here where the motor goes in, or you're going to put it right here. I prefer right here because it's easier. You're going to take your thumb, put it right here on the cylinder head, and take your pointer finger and push the air nozzle in. Once you've done this, you pry this open, and you might hear a loud noise, but that's okay, don't worry. Now you have part of your gearbox off. Then you want to take this, you're going to push your spring guide in and slowly take it off. Once you've done this, you're free to do whatever you want with the gun. Next, you want to take out your spring and your spring guide. Once you've done this, you can set those aside. Then you want to take out your air nozzle, your piston, and your cylinder. Before you do this, you want to be able to take this or a smaller tool and take out the spring right here. Make sure you keep pressure down on this or you might lose it. Okay, now you can remove this. Set that aside. Next, you want to take out your gears. Take this gear out first, then take this gear out, and then take this one out. Make sure you keep your bushings. Take that out too. Make sure you take care of your bushings. Don't lose those at all. These small parts right here, if I can show you. This small part right here keeps your gear turning. Don't lose those. You have 6 of them. You might want to put them in a pile inside of your tray, but since I'm pretty good at this, I don't need to. Next, you want to take your wires out. By doing this, you're going to have to take off this spring. Make sure you keep pressure on it like you did with a tappet plate. Next, you want to take your trigger out. Once you've done this, and you've unscrewed this screw right here, you can be free to move your wires out as you please. Now, you are free to clean and do whatever you want with your gun. Leave this in right here, if you can see that. Leave that in. And on the other side, if you want to take that out, you have your selector switch. Just leave that in. Now the reassembly. First, you want to take your wiring. You put that back in. How you did. It's basically doing everything backwards, but I'm just going to show you anyways. You're going to take this spring and you're going to put it on this hole right here. Once you have your wires in, you're going to take that screw right here and you're going to screw this in. Next, you're going to take your cylinder, your piston, your tappet plate, and this spring right here. You're going to take this and you're going to put this back in right here. See these 2 holes and this bump right here? You're going to take these holes and match it up with this. Once you've done this, you want to take your anti-reversal switch and you'll put it in here. Take that gear off and make sure your small spring is onto this like this. I don't know how to explain that. You're just going to have to look at it. Your reversal switch goes in like so. Into this small hole. See how that is? Okay. Now, you take this gear and you're going to take your anti-reversal switch and you're going to push it back. Okay? You may take a small tool to do this. I'm just going to figure that out. You're going to take your spring and your spring guide and you're going to insert into the piston. Don't put it in all the way. Save that for the very, very end when you put this part back on. Now, you want to make sure you have all your bushings you want to put these bushings right here and this third one, and you want to put them back into this top part of the version 2 gearbox, and you're going to take this smaller part and you're going to insert that part into the hole. You can take this one, put it in here. It doesn't matter which one goes in which one, just as long as you get them. Okay, now you're going to put this back on. Okay, you're going to take your spring, you're going to push that back in. Make sure when doing this, you want to keep pressure on the air nozzle, so when you put the bushings in, it fits in right. Keep your thumb on the cylinder head just like you did when you first took it apart. Double check to make sure all your wires are fitting in correctly, that way they don't get pinched. And make sure there are no loose parts within the gearbox. Once you've done this, you can put the shell back on. This may take a little fumbling around to do to get this back on. And you'll notice, you see this right here? You need to push that back in, and it should make it fit a little bit more snug. And you gotta move some parts around, and make sure you always keep pressure on this air nozzle when putting this together. You hear a loud pop, and all these will fit in snugly. You don't want to see any of them inside. You want to see them fitting in snugly. Once you've done this, you can put all the screws back in, and you're done. And that's how you disassemble and reassemble a version 2 gearbox for an M4. I'm Eric. See ya.